My name is Raegen Boeken, and I am a senior nursing student here at Bethel College. And my research topic is overusing critical incident stress debriefing to decrease compassionate fatigue in nursing. So, my research question is: what is the compassion fatigue of nurses that receive critical incident debriefing after a traumatic event compared to those that did not receive critical incident debriefing? So, for my background and significance, I wanted to start by just stating a couple definitions. Compassion fatigue is emotional, physical, and psychological exhaustion from exposure to compassionate stress. And critical incident is an event that has stressful impact and overwhelms one coping mechanism. So, things in nursing like a heavy patient load, a death of a patient, cases of abuse, sexual assault, those are all examples of critical incidents. So, critical incident stress debriefing is a psychological first aid that is used after a traumatic event to reduce distress and allow verbalization of emotions, and can be used for anyone who is involved in the critical incident. And studies have shown that 40% of critical care nurses will experience compassion fatigue in their career. So, for my literature review, I looked at four different studies. The first one used an experience of a nurse who made a mistake after a critical incident, and it concluded that the mistake was preventable if debriefing had occurred after the critical incident. My second one was a literature review, and it looked at the psychological effects of critical incidents and supported the use of critical incident stress debriefing. Another study looked at compassion levels in new graduate nurses compared to those who have been in the field for several years. And it concluded that graduate nurses have more compassion for patients compared to nurses who have been in the field for long times. And the study also found that compassion is needed for nurses to do their job correctly and properly. So, some of the barriers to critical incident stress debriefing include people are not willing to participate and that it can be delayed. Critical incident stress debriefing should occur 24 to 72 hours after the critical incident, and then it also needs to be structured by someone who is not in the incident. So the my quality, safety, and education nurse competencies were evidence-based practice, and nurses must identify and utilize current resources to help cope with these critical incidents that they are facing. And my second one was patient-centered care. And so nurses must create a safe space for their patients and for themselves so that they can verbalize their emotions and prevent compassion fatigue. My recommendations after my literature review are that critical incident stress debriefing should be used after critical incidents in the hospital setting. And anyone who is involved in the critical incident should be encouraged to join the group debriefing that occurs 24 to 72 hours after the incident. And further education and resources should be made available to nurses regarding compassion fatigue. In conclusion, nurses need to have compassion in order to provide the best quality of care to their patients, and critical incident stress debriefing is a useful tool to help prevent compassion fatigue in nurses. Nurses should be continually educated on compassion fatigue and how it can be prevented. Thank you.